Like once I heard it was actually like that, once I saw that picture, I started shaking because I was like, that could have been me. I could have been one of those victims in that time.
Just chilling testimonies tonight coming out of Perry as a 6th grade student was shot and killed, 5 others hurt. We're learning their stories. We are sharing them with you tonight. Thank you for joining us. We start tonight with a story no city, community, or parent wants to witness. 2 are dead. 5 are injured after a school shooting in Perry. It's about 45 minutes northwest of Des Moines. Let's recap on how this all started. At around 7:30 this morning, multiple law enforcement agencies responded to an active shooting. In the first news conference, the Dallas County Sheriff confirmed people were hurt, but there was no danger to the public at that point. But late today, we learned some new information about the injured and dead from a second news conference. Now, that briefing wrapped up about 2 hours ago, and it included multiple law enforcement agencies and the governor. So here are 3 things you need to know right now. Like we just mentioned, the suspected 17-year-old shooter is dead, along with the 6th grader. The suspect was identified as 17-year-old Dylan Butler. We're still trying to figure out the identity of the 6th grade student. 5 others were injured. At this hour, we're still trying to learn their conditions. And finally here, the investigation remains ongoing into what exactly happened and what the cause could be behind the shooting. Our reporters have been on scene in Perry all day, tracking down information, trying to answer the questions you have and confirming claims we're all hearing. So let's start with Megan McPherson with the facts of this case, this developing case. Megan.
He shot 6 people, killing a 6th grade student.
Stephanie, good evening. It's been a long and tragic day here in Perry, Iowa, as we've worked all day to confirm the details surrounding this active shooter situation here at Perry High School this morning. We, of course, were waiting to get those details confirmed this afternoon, and I want to reiterate some of the things that we learned about this morning's shooting with you now. We know that at 7:37 a.m. this morning, police responded to an active call situation, an active shooter situation rather, here at Perry High School. We know that there was some sort of breakfast organization going on, a student breakfast here in the morning. So there were students of all ages in Perry High School, and they were, of course, eating breakfast and together. That included a 6th grade student who was one of the victims that was killed in this tragedy. And so we know that, there was, of course, a large student presence here this morning before school started around that 7:35, between 7:35 and 7:40. We also know that the shooter has been confirmed, the alleged shooter, as Dylan Butler. He was a 17-year-old student here at Perry High School. We know that he used a pump, I just want to get this confirmed here, a pump action shotgun and a small caliber handgun in this incident. And Butler was found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound in the school shortly after police responded. They also saw, when they came into the building, several students, hiding out, and also several victims who they, of course, removed from the school and treated. Another something, that we were also working to get confirmed were some of those social media posts that we saw going around. DCI, Mitch Morvet from the DCI has mentioned that they are still working to get confirmed, if those posts that Butler from his supposed account made, if those are related. They say that's all part of the investigation, but that is what I can tell you right now as this time. I'm going to toss it over to Local 5's Dana Searles, who will tell you more about the victims that we know in this tragedy.
All the outlets who are here from across the region asking for condolences. Here's more of what.
Thanks, Megan. Yeah, we are learning more. I've been following this about the victims all morning. We're hearing there are 6 victims and 1 6th grade student is dead. The other 5 are still in the hospital. We do know that one of them is a school administrator. According to ABC, they reported that it is the principal, and the other 4 in the hospital are students. Now, we know that one of them is in critical condition, but not life-threatening, and the other 3 that are of the 4 that are still in the hospital, those are stable now. So I've been following this all morning. The video on your screen is from earlier today at the hospital. We know that 3 of them were being treated at Unity Point Hospital, and we know that they are still there right now. We don't know any more information, but we do know 1 6th grade student is dead. The other 5 are still being treated, but expected to be okay. We'll continue following this and bringing you the updates. Stephanie.
Dana, we appreciate that, and of course our heart is breaking for the family of the student who was killed, those who are injured, but of course it's not just those victims and their families impacted by this violence. Everyone in that school this morning is at home right now. They're having to carry this tragedy with them and process it throughout the day. Larissa Leone spoke to one of the students who unfortunately saw part of this scene unfold. We're going to go to her now with that. Larissa, what can you tell us?
Stephanie, I feel like the word tragedy doesn't even explain what happened today at Perry Middle and High School. I spoke to one student who says if it wasn't for his intuition, he doesn't believe he would be alive today.
Woke up, normal day, took a shower, and then on my way to school. I walked in right away, went to the restroom to just stand there for a while until lunch or breakfast opened up. And as I was waiting there, I heard someone moving around. And I looked through the little crack in the stall, and I realized it was Dylan. And as he looked at me through the crack, he opened his duffel bag and hooked it up. And right away, like, I stood there for a couple more minutes, and my body just told me, like, you're not supposed to be here, leave. I went to the other restroom and used the restroom, and I washed my hands, and right as I left, I walked around the corner to the lunchroom, and I heard like 5 bangs. I saw people running towards me, telling me to run, so I turned around and I tried helping people alongside me, telling them to run, and they followed, and we exited the building. My friend, he's in critical condition in surgery right now, and it's just really sad to hear. I felt kind of stunned because I never thought in such a small town like Perry something like this would ever happen, and when it really happens, it's really more serious than you really think. It's just traumatizing because honestly, he could have just killed me then and there and I wouldn't be here right now.
Now, the small community of Perry is coming together in this time of need for a full list of vigils, community gatherings, and resources, mental health resources for students and faculty. Head to our website at weareiowa.com. In Perry, Larissa Leone, Local 5 News.
We are also hearing from parents who were there earlier this morning. Here's one of them who spoke to ABC when she first got the call about the shooting.
It was a text message this morning from my daughter, and it was absolutely horrifying. Like, that's one of the worst moments of my entire life, but the best phone call I got was saying that they were okay.
Thank God.
I'm glad that they're okay.
There are a few events going on throughout the evening in Perry where the community is coming together. Local 5's Connor O'Neill is at one of those events in this tight-knit community. And Connor, we understand that the people of Perry are suffering right now.
Yeah, Stephanie, there's about a dozen people here at Weiss Park where I'm at right now. We're in less than a half an hour at 5:30. There's going to be a prayer vigil. This park is right next to McCreary Community Building, where if you remember, we were providing you updates earlier this morning as parents were able to reunite with their students in a safe place. Now for the prayer vigil later this evening, I've been told by community members I've spoke to so far here that ministers will start with that prayer and then community members will be able to speak as well.
It'll be a time for us to kind of hold each other's hands and give each other hugs and know that we're together. We pull together. This town has pulled together so often, and we pull together, so we're doing that tonight. This is a tragedy, but even in the tragedy, we know that there is hope and God is with us.
Reverend Hannah mentioned, pulling together, and it doesn't matter, if you're in the school, at home, or at the school, because prayer vigils like this can bring a light in some of the darkest times. Stephanie?
Absolutely, Connor. All right, thank you. Well, Governor Reynolds also shared that there are multiple offices assisting in the investigation, including Iowa State Patrol, DCI, the ATF, and FBI from the Omaha Des Moines office. The organization working as investigators search for a motive. Meanwhile, members of the community are trying to process today's tragedy. If you're looking to help, Life Serve Blood is looking for blood donations as they send help to Des Moines. The area hospitals here, they're responding to the shooting at the high school. Those who are interested in donating blood can either schedule an appointment or walk into any of the LifeServe Blood Center locations in order to do so. This shooting is garnering national attention, with some of the most prominent figures in our government sharing their thoughts, prayers, and concerns. Governor Kim Reynolds was there with law enforcement this afternoon as we all learned more about what happened inside the school this morning when the shooter opened fire. Here's what she had to say.
Our hearts are heavy today, and our prayers are with the Perry community. This strikes at the heart of everything that we hold dear. This senseless tragedy has shaken our entire state to the core. And I want this community to know that every Iowan stands with you. It's impossible to understand why anything like this happens, but again, I want you to know that we'll work tirelessly to get the answers so that we can prevent it from happening again.
Senator Joni Ernst also responded, saying, "My team is in touch with officials in Dallas County about the heartbreaking situation at Perry High School. Join us in praying for the safety and recovery of those involved. Thank you to law enforcement for the swift response." The White House responding to the news as well, saying the president is tracking the tragic school shooting at Perry Middle and High School in Iowa. A senior White House staff have been in touch with the governor's office, and federal officials are working with local law enforcement to support their investigation. We will know more as they complete their work. For our Spanish-speaking audience, a Spanish version of the article covering today's tragedy is available on our website, weareiowa.com. And to stay up to date with all the latest information coming out of Perry, again, this is rapidly developing. Download our We Are Iowa app. You can scan the QR code on your screen to get that app. We'll send you push alerts of all the news you need to know as this story unfolds. And we want to know what you're thinking, what you're feeling right now, what you're hearing, what questions you'd like us to try and answer. You can text the number on your screen. It'll go straight to our newsroom. Our team is working around the clock to make sure you get the most accurate information.